We need something ridiculous to say at the beginning here.
I thought that was the ridiculous.
I know, it didn't feel ridiculous enough. Oh well, that's the best we can do on short notice, guys. Hey, he's Steve.
And he's Ryan, and this is 60 Cycle Hum, the guitar buying, selling, trading, modding, fixing, breaking, reviewing, playing podcast. What's up?
I'm glad you were ready to play with me, Steve. This first ad was sent by Ryan Baird. This is a guitar being sold brand new on Amazon for $380.99.
Good grief. Guyker, full-size electric guitar, 6-string, solid body, F-ST, Strat style. If you're going to call it an F-ST and then turn around and say Strat style, like, just call it Strat style.
It's a Stratocaster style guitar.
Maple fretboard, alder body, right-handed
sure?
right-handed tuners.
Are you sure about the maple fretboard?
Are tuners handed?
Right-handed tuners.
I've never thought about it.
Well, there's tuners that, they accommodate, reverse headstocks. Are those left-handed tuners?
If you take a right-handed tuner, it's a quote right-handed tuner, it's facing this way. If you just roll it all the way to turn it 180 degrees, it's still going to work the same.
Yeah, it's still going to work.
It's a fully bidirectional gear.
Right. It depends on how you want it mounted into the headstock, though. With
I think I was a lot smarter last week.
This thing's a bit of a disaster for being a new guitar. Like, this is like... Was this manufactured by someone who just watched a bunch of our old videos and was like, oh, every detail that they spend a lot of time talking about, we'll just put it in one guitar? It comes brand new, loaded with all the tacky pewter skull appointments, like the pickup rings, the output jack, the switch ring. There's a skull and spider thing on the headstock for some reason.
It's like a skull in an iron...
It's not an iron cross,
It's not an iron cross. It's because it's got 5 parts.
What is it? It's nothing. It's a nonsense shape. A skull with spider bone claws and a spine. And, correct me if I'm wrong, but does this headstock just look like a barely trimmed parts neck headstock?
Oh, absolutely.
And there's what is that weird piece of metal just mounted underneath the headstock? What is that for?
I don't know, and you can't see that part from the back. Oh, I think these are locking tuners.
Oh, they are locking tuners.
What?
No, you can see the part from the back. It's the same view from the back. Like, it's a vintage style locking tuner.
But I'm saying, like, in some of these pictures, like this one, that part's not there.
Oh, yeah. Whoever did the photoshopping just trimmed it out. Why is it there? What is that? The string trees look aged. The tuners look like they're aged and relic. The bridge looks like it's an aged and relic sort of thing. The relic, we haven't even gotten into the relic yet. Like,
okay, I want to say one thing before we just go.
I'm going to let you have one thing. So say it. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'm bracing for it.
There's the tuners. I guess I don't 100% love them because they look like they're trying to be a vintage style tuner, but they are also a locking tuner, so it's a little incompatible.
I'm pretty sure that's what's on the Mosrite Harley Benton that I have.
But the tuners look decent.
Sure.
The aged bridge I actually think looks really good.
No, like,
that's it. That's all the nice things I have to say. I'm done. I have zero further nice things to say about this.
It's the fakest looking relic I've seen in a long time. It looks like it was peeled off of a sticker sheet.
Okay, literally, that's what I think happened. Is I think this is just a guitar that's finished with like a layer or whatever, the minimum number of layers of clear coat, and then they slapped on sticker relics, like the stuff that you had on the
right on the SE,
the Silver Sky, and then they slapped another couple layers of clear coat on top of that and called it a day.
This stuff, it looks worse than those relic stickers that I had. Like every edge of it looks artificial.
Yeah, it's bad.
And it's doing the thing where it's like, oh, there's barely any paint left.
Did you see the...
They should have just left it unfinished.
Did you look at the edges?
Yeah, it's super weird.
It's
Part of the problem is that the wood that is exposed looks like brand new raw lumber. Like, it doesn't visually make any sense whatsoever.
It doesn't.
And then, like, to put all these, like, pewter skull appointments on a guitar new, when they never make sense as an aftermarket thing, like, they've never made visual sense. They 100% do not make your guitar look spooky. They make your guitar look stupid. I'm sorry if you have these things and you love them. It's just the goofiest, dumbest, like... I can't imagine that people who are into like gothing out their instruments look at these and think that those are cool. It's like, it's got to be like poser stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm not goth, but I feel like if I was, I would look at this and be like, that's poser nonsense. That's like below Hot Topic mall goth nonsense, you know?
Skid mark. That's the word I was looking for.
Oh, it totally looks like skid marks on the sides.
The sides look like skid marks.
Someone wiped this up their butt crack.
Yeah.
And called it a relic.
Here's my problem. Okay, so there's a very specific reason for this, because it was like their imagery.
I just can't believe this is brand new this way.
This was their imagery. Is this sort of like bat whatever thing just makes me think of...
I'm waiting for it, Steve. I'm bracing. I'm on the edge of my seat right now.
I'm pulling up the logo.
I'm gonna fall off my seat. Wait, it's gonna blow my hair back when he reveals it.
It makes me think of Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like they've got this goofy Bat Skull logo. I don't know what the general...
Is there a shark behind it?
In that one, there was looks like a shark behind it. I don't know what like the world's because I think they were like, I think Avenged Sevenfold is like, are they pirate themed? A lot of these look like they are pirate, like some kind of ocean pirate theme.
Comment section, tell us.
I don't know.
Avenged Sevenfold a pirate core band?
I don't know a lot about Avenged Sevenfold. I have heard
sea shanties
that like whoever their guitar, Sinister Gates, who's got the Sinister Gates Schecter signature, that he's like a legit like good guitar player.
Yeah, he's in a nationally recognized touring band.
I know very little.
Probably great.
Right, I know very little about their music, but everything about them, even at the beginning, like when they first broke out, like MTV, whatever, like they always felt a little like poser to me. Where it was like, yeah, they're like hard rock, metal, whatever, but like something, it was always a little goofy. It was almost
starting to feel a little self-conscious about our gatekeeping now. I gatekept like Malgoss, and now we're gatekeeping Avenged Sevenfold.
No, I'm not saying they aren't legit. That's not for me to decide. I'm just saying that like they feel a little like tongue in cheek, and I don't know if that's intentional.
Like they're in on a joke, sort of thing.
So when I see this over the top, like aged pewtery, whatever hardware going on here, it just makes me think of Avenged Sevenfold. That like somebody, no, what I think is like somebody saw Avenged Sevenfold and didn't understand the joke and then designed all this stuff. But I don't even know if they're a joke. I'm just saying that's my perception.
I'm trying to think that if these pewter metal appointments that are on here, if they were themed in a direction that I appreciated, that was like my thing, would I change my mind? Would I be like, oh yeah, dinosaurs? Yeah, now I'm into it. Like outer space stuff? Yeah, totally I'm into that. But no, I don't think so. With this execution, no, I don't want a guitar that's it's too on the nose. You know, it's like skulls and bat wings. All right. I don't want to see a guitar that has skulls and bat wings on it. I want to see a guitar that looks like it would exist in a world that's full of skulls and bat wings. it's not, you don't have to telegraph it so completely, so on the nose of like putting the thing on there. Like,
Avenged
like
Sevenfold.
hint at the world. Like I would want to see a guitar that looked like it existed in a world that was full of dinosaurs and spaceships by the styling of the hardware, not because it has dinosaurs and spaceships imprinted into it, but because it looks like, oh, this looks like an alien or a caveman built it, you know?
Right.
All right. So you're playing a video.
This is a Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas themed music video.
Oh, there's a bat wings on their car.
Let's turn it up for a couple seconds.
Dude, we're gonna lose monetization.
Is this good? I don't know. All right, that's it. That's all we can play. We're gonna
kind of
lose.
sounded like STP. Like that's totally like a Scott
Now we're
Weiland thing.
definitely losing monetization. I don't know.
And that's how you write a killer hit song. I've heard
Do you
half
know?
a bar of their music.
Do you
and
know
I'm
anything about?
judging them.
Do you know anything about this brand, Guyker?
I know nothing about them. I am going to assume that the brand themselves manufactures these metal appointments that are being used.
They make those tuners. They make the tuners.
The tuners look good.
They actually make a Goldo, Les Trim, whatever.
Do they make it or sell it?
I assume they're making all of this stuff. Because
Interesting.
it's all
Maybe
on Amazon.
maybe it's OEM rebadges
Yeah.
of various hardware.
They've got pot knobs that look like
of course they do.
revolver
Yeah.
cylinders.
They've got all the novelty stuff.
But so far I have not seen this guitar. It's a lot of novelty hardware.
Was this from out of, because sometimes we get listings sent to us that are from outside the US, so that might be the situation here. Guys, you better jump on this. There's only 18 left in stock.
Oh, maybe they're all sold out and that's why I can't find it.
They all sold out. Sorry guys, you can't buy this guitar. They're all gone. You missed your opportunity to own the most important guitar of the 21st century.
Bullet case knobs, some, what is this? Skull surface knobs. A lot of oh, those are really cool looking knobs.
The
I like
concentrics?
those, yeah.
Those do look kind of neat, like a blue aluminum concentric knob.
Yep.
What do I have that would look good on?
I think
Probably a few things.
I think they would actually look really cool on like any green guitar.
On a green guitar, I think they would look cool on a white guitar.
They would look fantastic on a white guitar.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not even finding that guitar. I'm out. I'm out
It's
of
out.
here.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Peace out, Napoleon.
I'm going to say I don't think people should buy this. For $380, there's no way to tell the quality by looking at it. Some of the parts look decent. I guess if you're a mall goth, go for it.
So Ryan, what you're saying is this guitar is not guy. It's buy.
Right.
All right.
Like, we have no way of assuming that this is built any better than any of the $200, $250 guitars that are all over Amazon. You know, all the no-name import brand sorts of things. It just so happens to have a bunch of extra metal parts on it. And you know what? Without the metal thing on the headstock, I don't think I would actually hate that headstock too much. I think it's a bold choice.
It needs like a graphic that fits with the, like, I want a black, like a pin, not like necessarily a pinstripe, but I want like a logo with a black line that follows that corner.
It needs to have a body shape that kind of works with that headstock. Something a little bit more angular, something maybe a little bit of futuristic, you know, like a spaceship guitar.
It looks like the headstock that should be on like a Jetsons piece.
Yeah.
Jetsons
Like this
tribute.
headstock would work on a St. Vincent clone. You know, kind
Very
of
much
angular.
so. Very much so.
Yeah. Are we going to see that eventually? Are we going to see, you know, like OEM import brands
Oh,
like
I'm sure.
copying the St. Vincent shape?
I'm surprised we haven't already.
It's bound to happen, right?
It's 100% guaranteed to happen.
It's okay.
It's a Men's Warehouse guarantee.
Steve's going to put money on it. You ready to make a bet right now, Steve?
Yeah. How much you want to bet me?
I will bet you $4 that a St. Vincent clone will not be available on Amazon within the next year.
Ooh, the next year.
Yeah, that's why my bet is low. It's low stakes here.
Ooh, next year. Okay, I'm gonna.
You might be able to find something on AliExpress, which I see you looking at right now.
I'm not finding anything on AliExpress.
It's not time yet.
Which is surprising.
And I was specific to Amazon as well.
I thought you said eBay.
I said Amazon. Roll back the tape. I'm not gonna.
No, you probably said said that.
I mean, Alibaba, anything could happen.
I mean, there are some other various Ernie Ball knockoffs.
Of course.
But yeah, I am not seeing. Oh, man.
That's like the true sign when you know you've made a cultural impact.
And they've even got...
When you start to get clones.
They've even gotten fake Rickenbackers on
Well,
AliExpress.
yeah, they've got fake Rickenbackers.
I know, we all know.
And Steve, you mispronounced it. It's pronounced Rickenbacker.
I don't think I can. Having done the minimum amount of research, I don't think I could take that bet.
Okay.
Sorry, Ryan.
All right. He won't take my $4 bet.
Keep your $4.
Steve is a serious gambler.
Speaking of $4,
he doesn't play unless he thinks he can win.
That's definitely not true. I buy the Premier Guitar Mystery Stocking every year.
Hi, Premier Guitar.
Anyway, speaking of $4 and the Premier Guitar Mystery Stocking, which is one of the things that I fund with the money that we get through our Patreon.
Hey, have we been using Patreon funds for the mystery stocking?
Actually, I don't know if I did last year.
I don't think we are.
I definitely have.
We should.
Sometimes.
We definitely should, because we're using it for entertainment purposes.
I think, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Support us on Patreon. It helps the show. We use the money to pay for cameras and lights and digital film.
Yeah, there's a link below.
Services and stuff.
It's right here.
If we
check it out.
If we start pulling in enough money, I'm going to make a regular thing of buying products to cover them completely independently without the manufacturer sending it to me. Things that, like, are coming from interesting, weird little small import brands and stuff that they would never have any sort of advertising budget. And, I'm going to buy weird stuff and I'm going to make videos with it. That's my hope. That's my plan. But we have to have more money coming in than we have had, because the amount that we have had coming in has been the amount that has been keeping the show running.
Right.
So it's really like a matter of like, If I look at our budget and we've got like $500 in there, and I know that our next, payday's coming in soon, I'll be like, yeah, I could throw $200 at a weird guitar.
I could tell you, based on averages, we probably need to get to what you are describing. We probably need 100 new patrons.
100 new?
We would need 100.
How many do we have right now?
We have about 170 right now.
I don't think it would be that much.
You don't think it would be that much?
Okay, real numbers talk. Typically, after fees and everything, we get a payout from Patreon monthly that's right above $700.
Yeah, in that ballpark.
I feel like if we had an extra $100 a month, then every 2 or 3 months I could do a Patreon funded video.
Oh, okay. See, what I was thinking was that you were saying like $500,
right,
a month.
No.
Beyond.
Unless people want me to cover $500 guitars, I don't know. If we had a mass influx of Patreons, then that's something that I would consider, and maybe we'll do some polls on and that would be the thing Patreon, to do. Like figure out what we should get next. I know I have an idea for what I want to do next, because I did the liquid. I have an idea for something I want to do next. I'm going to look into it when we get back from Sweetwater. I know this is airing after we got back, but we're not gone yet.
Yeah.
All right. This could be exciting. This could be a new development.
I was just saying, like, if we had the numbers where you were doing it on a really tight, regular basis, like once a month, you could just say, hey, guys, what do you want me to cover this? What do you want me to cover next month? You put up a list. People give their suggestions. You take maybe the top 5. So you take suggestions for 2 weeks, pick your top 5, make a poll out of it, and then whatever people pick from the top 5, that's what you do. So it gets Patreon really active.
I feel like, though, there's going to be some level of professional selection on my part. Where like a poll is great. A poll is a great way to get like a temperature for what people are curious about.
I'm saying you assume
you
assume the top, like they're going to make suggestions. The top 5 are things where you're like, I would do any of these 5. You guys pick one.
Oh, so I suggest the option.
Yeah. They give you, they leave comments to give you suggestions.
Okay.
And then you pick your favorites out of the suggestions, and then they pick which one out of those.
I had the thought I should have done this on the Liquid video. I should roll the Patreon.
Oh yeah.
When I should make an official thing. This is a Patreon funded demo. I should make it a thing. I should give everyone their credit and roll the thing at midway or at the end or something like that.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I feel when I had that thought earlier today, I was like, I'm an idiot for not doing that sooner.
You are an idiot. And oh my God, that would have been
You sound like my dad.
I was about to do the worst segue ever.
Do it, Steve. I want to hear the segue.
And speaking of idiots, this is
no, that's awful.
You wanted to hear it.
Speaking of garbage, here's a commercial from Subway.
These guys aren't idiots because they're Scott and Blake and a bunch of other dudes who are real smart.
I've heard that they employ upwards of 1,000 billionaires.
What?
There are thousands of employees at Stringjoy, and all of them are filthy rich.
Sounds like some guitar circle jerk.
No, it's a couple people. I don't know how many employees they have, maybe a dozen or something like that. They're making strings in Nashville with their own machines to their own specs and their own specifications, which is the long word for specs.
They've got lots of signature sets like these 9-42s, which is a classic 9 size. But say you want to mix it up, you want to go a little heavier. Usually when you do a light heavy set, it might be a 9-46 or even a 9-48. But maybe you want to go still nice and meadly with those 9s, but then go deep chugga. Maybe you want a 50 or Steve, a 52.
I want that deep twang that you get with the heavy string. So I go 1150s on all my,
I thought you were
all my
say,
surfing guitars.
You're going to go 9 to 60.
No,
but I think at Stringjoy you could with their custom string builder.
They have a custom string builder. You can build wild, wacky sets that no one should ever experiment with, but you can do it, and they're not going to make fun of you.
Confirmed that you can actually do that?
They're not going to shame you if you do something weird. If you select a really weird set of strings altogether, they're not going to call the authorities and have you put on a list, even though they should, but they're not going to. It's all anonymous. It's all discreet. Your weird set will show up on your porch in an unmarked paper bag. You don't have to worry about it.
That's actually, it does show up in a box. Is the box not marked?
I don't know.
All right, anyway.
It doesn't say freak strings on the outside of it. I'll say that.
Head on. Use the link in our description.
And code HUM to save 10%. 10%. All right.
Do it.
Big thanks to Stringjoy for sponsoring us.
This episode's also brought to you by Chase Bliss. This is the mood. We got real moody last week. We're going to keep it.
I'm still in that mood.
You're still in a mood.
I'm still in a mood.
Head on over to chasebliss.com. They sell direct.
Yeah.
So you gotta buy this from them.
You can't go down to the JC Penney's
unless you're in Japan
and buy a Chase Bliss mood.
They still have dealers in Japan. From what I've heard. You
have to drive to the Chase Bliss Audio official store, which happens to be on the internet, so you don't need to drive at all. Okay. Unless your computer is somewhere other than where you are, or you forgot your phone at home, in which case you do need to drive to your device to order it.
Did you ever play any of those like RC car arcade games? Like it was like Iron.
From what era?
Ivan Stewart's, like from like the early 90s. Not the ones where you're sitting in the car. And then, like, if you
ones from like a top view, remember the off-road one, and you like be the little car.
No,
I love that game. I love that game.
And then if you get a top score, you got to use the wheel.
Like
put in your name. That's what I was thinking of when you said like you got to drive to the internet store.
If there's an arcade cabinet that I would buy, I think that's one of them. Off-road, that was a killer game.
Ivan Stewart off-road. Anyway, head on over to chasebliss.com. Like I said, go check out what they got. They make killer pedals like the Mood and the Mood
Mark 1
and I don't know what all's in their lineup right now.
And the blooper.
The blooper.
Yeah, and the habit and the therme. And the various ones with sliders, the reverb and the drive,
automatones,
the
right?
Automatones.
I've just been seeing so much about the Mood lately.
Yeah. Eventually, they're going to come out with a tuner. It's going to have one light on it.
Oh my gosh.
Dip switches.
Ryan, you ready to do this next ad?
I was born ready to do this next ad. Which ad is it?
Select-A-Rhythm.
Ah, that's right. I thought we were doing that last. Let's do that last.
I thought you were doing chicken picking.
We're doing the chicken picking in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. Chicken picker.
Chicken picker.
Yeah. So this is sent by Brian Brooks. Or is it Brox? It's got 2 O's.
I think it's Brooks.
Why does it have a C? Wouldn't it?
Dude, don't ask questions.
All right.
Oh, it's my job to read the ad, huh?
Yeah, Steve. Would you please do the honors? There's not a lot to read here.
Handmade 42-inch 3-string electric guitar made from metal chicken feeder. Wood neck.
It would neck, wouldn't it?
This is at Goodwill.
When I first saw this, I had no idea what I was looking at. I thought it was like an automotive part. Like, is this like a cover for a catalytic converter or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Because I've never owned chickens, so I don't know what a chicken feeder looks like. This is fun. I don't want to get into cigar box guitars, but I like the cigar box community that they'll just take stuff and turn it into an instrument, you know?
What do you think about the bridge saddles you got here?
The classic cigar box technique here with just screws.
Yeah.
Just bolts as your bridge. You got a double adjustable bridge here with 2 bolts.
Oh, the saddle is also a bolt.
Yeah, that's the thing that they do. I wonder if this thing has a metallic sound to it. Like, does that chicken feeder act like a resonator in any sort of way?
I want to think it definitely does.
It's got to make some sort of noise, right?
Yeah.
And they're only asking $47.
Well, it's an auction.
Oh, because it's Goodwill.
Auction ended.
That's what it went for.
8 bids. It sold for $47. That seems like a really good price. I hate to say that.
You know what? Like, okay, all right. Let's figure out
how much is a chicken feeder.
That's what I want to know.
How much is a 42-inch wood? How much is
a 42-inch wood?
How much were those frets?
I bet that neck is a kit neck. I'm not
I mean,
all the chicken feeders I'm seeing are for like home coops. This came from like a factory coop, you know? This is an industrial chicken feeder. Home chicken stuff is huge right now. There's a lot of chicken stuff on Amazon. I shouldn't have gone to Amazon. I should have gone straight to Google. That was my mistake. Steve is going to beat me, isn't he? You're looking at Premier Guitar stuff?
Premier Guitar stuff.
All right. Let me look at metal.
I need to give Shannon a call.
Chicken feeder. Go. Oh. $4.16 I'm seeing.
What?
For one from Chewy.com.
Oh, Chewy.com. That's the guy that owns GameStop.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that. Here's one for 62. It looks shorter, though.
I'm not seeing one with these. There's one with these slots on Chewy for $25. Little Giant.
There is one on Amazon. How come that didn't show up?
There you go. Search? Right there. It's got 1 star.
Only 1 star. My chickens wouldn't eat out of it.
Read this. Hold on. 1 star. I ordered this product and received it. I thought I was ordering a chicken feeder, but I actually received a 3-string guitar. I don't know how this is going to help me with chickens. Steve. I don't play guitar. I raise chickens.
If I had this
2-star review, poor fitting top. I ordered this and received it fast. Lid does not fit. Good quality metal. The wood neck gets in the way of feeding my chickens.
Stop it.
But I am a guitar player, so this was perfect.
Oh my God.
I made it work.
We're in a mood tonight. Ding. We get paid every time we say it. That's not true. I wish it was.
Mood. Yeah, $42. I mean,
if
you see this in the store,
I'd pay $42 for this. Why not? It doesn't have a pickup. This is an acoustic. This is an acoustic.
You just buy one of those little
neck.
sticky, like stick-on transducers.
Yeah, yeah. If I was lucky enough to encounter this and buy it, I would take it to a friend's house that has a chicken coop, and I'd fill it up with the seed, and I'd let the chickens play and pluck and strum. That would be fun.
The problem with this is I would find this in one of those like tchotchke stores in Julian,
Right.
and I would want it,
But it'd be $200.
Well, one, it would be $200, but also like even if it was $42, I think I would be too embarrassed to tell Melissa that I wanted it. I would just take a picture and I put on 60 Cycle Hum onto the Instagram, and everyone would be like, "Oh, I hope you get it. Oh, can't wait for the demo. Oh, I hope you got it. Oh, does it surf?" And then I'd be like,
Can we start a little
buy it.
private club where we show each other things we want our spouses to buy for us, and then our little friends in our club like drop hints to our spouses and like, "Hey, I heard Ryan was looking at one of these. I think he's really interested in
Oh my gosh.
chicken feeder guitar."
The thing is, it's gonna take about 4 days until Adam starts sending our wives like just completely batshit.
Adam dropped not subtle at all hints that he wants me to beg Fender for one of those Mustang basses so that I can give it to him afterwards.
Like the Squire one, or
One of the PJ ones.
like the real one. The real
Yeah,
Fender.
the real Fender one that has
yeah.
a P bass pickup and a jazz bass pickup. And I was like, I don't know where this craving is coming from all of a sudden. Like, they are cool guitars. I get it. If I was to beg Fender for one, I would keep it, Adam.
Does he have a bass? He might not have a bass. Oh, he has the Chelsea's red bass.
He's got adult money. He could buy one if he wanted to.
He's got that solar powered car money.
He does video work for an electric car.
I know.
We call it the salamander car because it's long and lean.
I
And
kind of want one. Every time I see it,
I kind of do too.
every time I see one, I'm like, but then I wonder how good those solar panels work, because basically the last month it's only been sunny for like legit sunny for like 3 days.
Right.
So am I going to be able to get from A to B?
You can plug it in,
Okay.
But it's like
I don't know a lot about them. I
it's
just
a little
know they look cool.
3-wheel consumer, like a commuter car. It's a 3-wheel commuter
Is it
car.
legally a motorcycle?
No, it's a car.
Because it has 3 wheels?
I sat in it and rode in one, and it's zippy, man. It's got pick up and go, and it's got crazy leg room.
I sat
Like,
in
you could lay down without
I
reclining your seat. It's crazy.
rode. No, it's not. I was going to say I rode in a Tesla for the first time, but that's not true because I've been in Teslas for Ubers.
Yeah.
But I rode in a Tesla with somebody who was not an Uber driver, which is to say I rode in a Tesla with someone who had no qualms about like going
Zipping.
from 0 to 50 as quickly as they could.
So one of the times
that was a trip.
One of the times I went to Toman, the second time I went to Toman, I decided to fly in a day early so I could acclimate to the time difference.
You really need to with that flight.
And so I felt a little bit bad because I realized after doing that, they had to send a single person to go pick me up instead of sending a tram.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So, and it's a drive. It's a drive from the airport. It's like a 40-minute drive. So it was it was someone from Toman who showed up with the company Tesla. Holy hell. I don't think I've ever driven so fast on a freeway before. Like, she was just ripping. And like, I think she was trying to scare the American. I think that was the game. Cause I was like white knuckling on, the handle and stuff. And she's just sitting there with this smirk on her face. Like, yeah, suck it. just like ripping it.
Oh my gosh.
That was the first time I rode in a Tesla, and it's like, yeah,
that's very cool.
Electric cars are wild. We were talking about a chicken feeder guitar. How did we get here?
We're talking about us basically making a list of things that like you want a thing, so I would tell Lauren.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ryan.
We want the salamander
Ryan's
car.
birthday's coming up. Da, 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 da.
I'll try to remember to put up video of the salamander cars.
You said Adam wants a bass, and then I said
Okay,
Adam would
okay,
troll
okay.
the group, and then you said
Just because we weren't
Adam
paying
wanted a
attention doesn't
bass,
mean that they weren't, Steve.
and then salamander, and I said he got that solar power car money. And that's how we got to Tesla.
All right.
Hey Ryan,
we're back.
Ryan, what's new?
What is new? Well, we just got back from Sweetwater, even though
Did you have a good time?
before. I had an excellent time as always. Ate in the cafeteria every single day and didn't get tired of it once. Went down the slide a bunch of times. These are all things I'm going to do because we haven't actually.
Here's what
yet.
I'll say.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'll say that.
Hopefully this works out. If everything works out, the next 3 weeks, you will not see this room because we will record 3 podcasts while we're in Sweetwater, and you'll get those as Monday drops.
We could do an every other.
We could stretch it out. I mean,
but we could do it. We could just take time off.
3 in a row.
We could just take time off and
basically take July off.
Take the summer off. Why not?
Take at least some
we
of the summer.
earned it.
Yeah,
you deserve it. I'm still going to have to edit all of them, Steve. So you enjoy your time off. I'll toil away.
Hey, maybe I'll make one video.
Steve will make his 3rd video for this year.
No, it'll only be my 2nd video.
Okay, it'll be your 3rd video for the entire year because you're going to make one around Christmas time.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I have faith in you, Steve. I think you're going to make a video.
I want to.
You're going to make videos with me, but we're talking about your own video.
Yeah.
Steve is going to make his own
I'll
video.
edit it in iMovie.
I think you should jump into a bunch of other people's videos. I think you should be like
video
bombing.
I'm so imposter syndrome.
Steve,
I don't
you've been guitar podcasting for a decade.
But I still suck at guitar.
It doesn't matter. Compared to all the people there, I suck at guitar too.
What I need to do is I need to jump on and just what I probably should do. Well, I don't know. I don't. It's too late. It's too late to say what I probably should have done.
Too late, baby.
I don't want to put that for what's new. Stuff and things. I'm just
we'll
gonna write
delete
stuff
that.
and things.
Stuff
no,
and
just
things,
say stuff and things.
Stuff and things.
Stuff
and things in things.
Nothing else?
Henry wants to play drums.
And you said no, of course. So
no, I didn't say no. And I might have already had a standing offer from a company to send me an electric drum kit.
Right. Yeah.
So that might be in my future.
Where are you gonna put?
We're gonna put it out in the kitchen hangout area.
Oh, okay, cool.
At first, and then I think at some point I got to clear space in here because electric drum kit is not exactly the most beautiful thing in the world, and Lauren will probably not put up with the loose wires look of an electric drum kit. Why can't they make an electric drum kit that looks cool?
You could make
it looks like a piece of furniture.
You could make it tidy.
Well, yeah, but it'll still look like a collection of black pipes and rubber pads. Yeah. Maybe I could theme it. Like maybe I could wrap the tubes in bamboo and make it look like a tiki drum kit.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It'd be kind of fun. I don't know. But
what's going on your landing right now? On your loft?
We could potentially put it up there. I mean, if Henry falls in love with playing it and he wants to learn how to play drums, maybe it'll live in his room eventually.
Yeah. Well,
but I also had the thought I
figured his room would be too small.
If I had it, no, he could make it work. We could move stuff around. Okay. If I had it in here, there is a potential that it could have film little Dinosaur Ghost videos in here, and Vulture Shot could come in here as well, and we could do kind of quiet practices and stuff with an electric drum kit. Headphone practices maybe if we got the right equipment, get a little PA to run a mixer and headphones for everyone.
Yeah, neighbors are walking by. It's super all they hear is basically something like this,
and just a bunch of raw strings.
You can't even hear the strings to the door. All they hear is this that stick on rubber sound of an electric drum kit,
and then you hear
some guy screaming at the top of his lungs.
Some guy singing real loud.
Yeah, that's all they hear. No, that's fun. That's cool.
It might be a thing around here in the near future. Drumming in the house.
Very cool.
With a 9-year-old. He's almost 9.
Doesn't Henning sell drum lessons?
he has drum programming lessons.
That's different.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I've been trying because Henry, he jumped on the drum kit at church a few weeks back, and he, there's when kids sit at a drum kit and just are just banging stuff randomly, and then there's when someone is sitting there like trying to work out a beat, and he crossed that barrier. He was sitting there like trying to work out a beat on the snare and a tom, and then bringing in a cymbal here and there. Like he was like trying to work it out.
Cool.
And I was like, hey Henry, like if you ever want to learn how to play drum, and I couldn't even finish it. He's like, I want to learn how to play drums. Okay. All right.
Well, there you go.
There it is. So maybe it'll be the start of him playing. Maybe it'll be a kid thing where he messes around with it for a week and then loses all interest. And now I have a drum kit around the house, which wouldn't break my heart. Right. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this story develops.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. What next, Steve? Oh,
so this
thank goodness
is brought to you by Bigger Pedals.
Bigger Pedals, makers of the LOAF. That spells loaf.
Loaf.
Grant and Karen from Bigger would tell you that means the little cute thing that bunny rabbits do when they sit on the ground and they tuck in their little feet under their bodies and they kind of just loaf and cuddle there, and they're just so cute and adorable. I think it stands for low AF.
That's what he thinks.
Because this is a great fuzz for your low strung instruments, your baritones, your 7 strings, your bass, your long bass guitars.
Oh, that you're saying bass, but weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I'm saying it wrong. It'll make your bass go brrrr. Go check out my demo of it. Go check out everything else they have available at Big Ear right now, and tell them that we sent you.
This topic was sent by a person that Ryan's going to tell you about.
I've got the screen grab. Michael Krause.
Michael Krause.
Who happens to be a top contributor to our Facebook group.
Wow.
That's an important and notable thing to accomplish, Steve.
He also sends us a lot of ads.
He does. And before we started monetizing the ads, it was him and Mark DeBrune almost exclusively supplying the show with ads.
Basically, as soon as we monetized, they stopped sending them, which I find
they retired.
Michael Krause has been sending them again.
Right. But
I don't remember the last time I saw it. I have not read. I don't think I've read an ad in a foreign language in the Adventure Club era.
All we had to do is pay people money, and all of a sudden now we don't have to work so hard. All right, Michael Krause. Isn't that weird how that works? Money for labor, huh? Old pedals with dead chips that are unavailable. What to do with them? Sell for parts, wait for parts, paperweight, mail it to Josh Scott so he cries when it doesn't work, but then just parts out to 2 other pedals, thus continuing the growth of his pedal empire.
I think that's a Tom Cram joke.
So dead chips, what does he mean by that? Does he mean like a dead op amp or something like that?
Yeah, I guess it's like if you have a pedal, the op amp, their preamp chip or something or other in it.
Or does he mean like pedals,
out.
like old pedals that used to come with like the big old SD cards and have upgradable things in them?
No, I think he's talking about
like dead components.
Like it has a dead irreplaceable component. Which
I don't know. Like when I fried my Boss Katana and turned it into a speaker cab.
Exactly, like that kind of a thing. Like, what do you do with it?
I sold that.
What do you do with that when it's a pedal?
I sold that to a guy. I might have just given it away, and he was like, "I'm going to try to fix it." And I told him if you are successful, please let me know. And he never got back to me. So it's probably a speaker cabinet now. Yeah. I think I've had a couple of pedals break over the years, and I don't think I've ever figured out what to do with them.
I think it depends on what the pedal is. I think it depends on how broken it is. I mean, one thing, it's like if a pedal breaks, to give up on it, it's like that company has to not exist. One, the company has to no longer exist. 2, it has to be, I'm going to try to fix it first. I'm going to have to confirm that that's what it is. So I mean, I guess one of my questions would be, well, assuming that you've confirmed that it is broken, either you or you took it to a tech who's like, yeah, I can't fix this. It's going to cost too much. I'm gonna have to buy a new old stock part off of eBay.
Right.
It's gonna cost more than the pedal.
One time I
Something
paid
like
to
that.
have my Digitech Jamman looper repaired because it went bad, and I looked up the repair
Yeah.
warranty information from Digitech, and they're like, well, here's our repair center. And in my, my naive mind, I was like, oh, I'm going to take it here, and Digitech is going to pay to have it fixed. No, I took it to the repair center, and they invoiced me. And it almost cost as much as a new Digitech
That's just
Jamman.
wild.
And it took like 6 months to get it back.
I think depending on the size of the pedal, I think something that, I mean, that one, okay, there's a lot of different routes. One, if it's a smaller pedal, paperweight. It's fine. Just it's a decoration now. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think I've always had it in the back of my head, like the various, couple broken pedals that I have around. Like someday I'm going to learn how to build pedals, and I'll treat this as an empty enclosure.
So two, empty
Yeah.
enclosure. What other broken pedals do you have?
I'm trying to remember. It's like so far in the back of my mind. The switch broke on my Digitech 10 band EQ or whatever.
I thought you fixed that.
I did end up fixing that one, but that one was in the broke pile for a long time. I had a switch go bad on a Boss pedal, but those are super cheap and easy to fix when those relay switches go bad.
Yeah.
It's like a $2 part on eBay.
Yeah.
2 wires to solder in, and the switch just clips in to replace. You don't need you don't even have to unscrew anything. Like it's amazing. Like, and it's like the same part they've been using for 50 years or whatever. You can just buy it. It's great. I know I've got stuff in that cabinet over there, a couple things that don't work, but I can't remember what they are. And if I did remember, I'm not sure I would want to mention it because I don't want to have people think I'm smearing a company. Sometimes things just break, or sometimes I'm thinking of a pedal now that I think it died after a couple clicks because it was kind of prototypey stage.
Oh, okay.
I have a couple things around that I know are non. Oh, okay. I can grab.
Well,
this.
anything with I would say anything with a toasted switch is possibly repairable. Okay. This is a BBE Green Screamer.
I bought this in a big Craigslist group purchase thing.
Yeah.
It has some sort of circuit issue, and I have never spent the time to actually figure it out. It's not a switch. It's something in there is not working. But the thing is unless Josh Scott does a video on it, it's not really worth that much.
It's real dirty.
It's super dirty.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
I should probably
think I have tetanus.
Well, you probably don't have tetanus. You probably have hepatitis.
Oh.
Because it's not rusty.
That's
it's
better.
just gooey. I also had that wah with the foot pedal on it that I ordered from Australia, and I actually fixed that. Because
I don't remember that one.
You don't remember that one? I think I've got it up on the shelf upstairs.
Okay.
I'll put a picture of it up here.
I don't need to see it.
Yeah, I ordered it from Australia, and when I won the bid, the guy was bummed because he didn't realize it was internationally listed, and he's like, "Great, now I got to ship this thing. It's going to cost me $60 to ship it, and I sold it to you for $40." And then I was like, "Well, hey, I've got a YouTube channel." It's like, "Oh, okay, at least people are going to see it, So
there you go.
Yeah. But it was broken, and I fixed it, and it's like an old Shin wah.
It's a tube screamer. I mean, it's probably something that you could figure out.
I can open it up right now.
But it passes sound.
Oh, look at the glue on the Velcro is what's causing the stickiness. It all
on the back, but that's not why the pots are sticking. The first thing I would do with that is take those knobs off and just basically spray an entire can of deoxit into there.
But this is a thing, if the circuit is fried or I don't want to spend the time fixing it, this is a nice project box. It's nice and big.
Yeah, that's the kind of box that I think would go straight to project box, because I don't think that's a cool enough box to be a paperweight.
Even if a pedal's half broken and you don't know if you can fix it, I guarantee that you can break it more. Get in there and circuit bend it. Just start dicking around. Have fun.
Yeah.
If it's broken and it's worthless, or it just doesn't feel like it's worth doing anything. That's how people become pedal builders, is by getting into things and intentionally breaking them.
The short explanation is that circuit bending is basically jumping components with a paper clip or a wire.
Okay, so this is pre-micro SMD. So if there is a component that's in there that's bad, I could actually have a shot at finding it and addressing it. Don't put this gooey garbage on your paper. We don't need to figure this out right now, Steve.
No, we have to do it now.
Get the multimeter.
I'm actually just trying to see one.
It could be as simple as a dead bad pot or something like that.
There's not enough light in here. Hold on.
Oh, the light is the problem. But I could, if I got it working, I could modify it. I could do dumb experiments.
That would actually be really fun if you could get it working again. And like I said, depending on what's bad about it, it might just be because those pots are really gross. It looks like a pretty open circuit tube screamer.
Yeah.
So you could find a list of tube screamer mods and probably go to town.
Yeah, totally. There's probably a list of mods for this exact model out there.
So that would be a fun learning project. You could make a bunch of videos with it.
Okay,
actually educate these people instead of this.
Well, I have to educate myself before I educate anyone else.
Educate everyone.
Great. Now I have another project to work on.
Yeah, just throw that piece of shit in the trash.
I bought this thing like probably 6 years ago, and it's just been sitting on that shelf ever since.
I think I remember because I think we talked about it on the show.
Yeah, I bought it with like 3 other things that were all garbage too. No, I think I got another HM2 in the deal. I think that's where I got my current HM2.
Okay.
Like it was a big group purchase with this. I'm screwing it back together now.
Anyway, so those are some options. I like the idea of reusing the case. I used to do this thing.
Turn it into a doorbell. Completely gut it. Make it the doorbell for your house.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, I'd be tickled pink if I saw that.
Yeah, well,
I'm already pink.
I'm trying to think what else. What else is there? I'm really stuck on that idea of rehousing because that is a lot of fun. Gear Ant, who I talked about I bought that pedal from last year, does a lot of like rehousing or like refinishing things in their own housing. Well, he'll do a refinish.
In-house rehousing?
Basically. It's like he's doing the interior or exterior. He's repainting the house.
Repainting the house.
I thought the joke in there was funny where he said like, oh, give it to Josh Scott, who's going to be really excited about having this pedal, but then realizes it doesn't work, so he guts it and uses the parts to make one single other, like it just happens to be broken in the opposite way of one that he already owns. But what made me think about that is so recently Tom Cram from DoD Digitech was at JHS. He did some videos with him. And one of the videos is he's like staring at the Digitech DoD wall, and he's like pointing out like, oh, that's a really cool delay and this and that and whatever. And he's talking about how all of those old dual pedals that DoD, I think it was DoD, or were they Digitech pedals?
Probably Digitech.
The dual pedals that have the battery compartment on the top.
Yeah.
And how like basically nobody has that battery compartment anymore. But Josh had it. And he goes, he just looks at it, and he looks at it, and he looks at the camera, and he's like, he definitely bought that. He definitely just bought because he made the comment about how rare it is to how most people don't have them. And then he like looks at, and he's like, oh, but Josh has it. And he like looks at the camera and is like, oh, he probably bought just the lid.
Just the lid, yeah.
On eBay or
Someone
something.
should be manufacturing those. DoD.
It sounds like somebody is just like manufacturing them and selling them on online somewhere.
I mean, like that's the first thing to lose, that little battery clip cover thing.
Yeah.
Because you open it up and it just completely disconnects. You swap the battery and then you're like, well, I'm back in business, and you never put it back on. And like it just shuffles around your teenage bedroom for like a year, and then your mom throws it out and it's gone.
Yeah.
You know.
You got any other ideas for things to do with old busted pedals?
See if you can swallow it.
Shovel. You can use it as a garden spade.
You can.
This is like a pretty good size for scooping mashed potatoes.
Yeah. You could throw it in your aquarium, and your fish can swim around it. You know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you had a whole bunch of broken pedals, you could go throw them into your local ocean to start a new reef.
Yeah. You could, if you had a bunch of broken pedals, you could stack them and apply mortar in between and build a little wall out of them.
Oh,
like bricks.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You could drill a hole in it and turn it into a lamp. You can turn anything into a lamp.
It already
if you can drill a
has
hole in it.
several holes in it, Ryan. And actually, I heard a complaint recently.
You know what else has several holes in it, Steve?
Your
me. And are you gonna throw me away?
I heard somebody.
You gonna turn me into a lamp, Steve?
I heard a complaint recently that that big ear pedals, the LEDs, are already basically lamps. They were.
Well, we got the Wacko, which is like the brightest pedal in existence.
Yeah. What else is
I really
there?
need to put that on one of my gigging boards because it's. Oh my gosh, the Wacko is just ridiculous. Has everyone gotten theirs?
I hope so.
Last I talked to Grant, it sounded like there was only a few left that needed to get out. I sent back the posters.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So that Grant and Karen are gonna sign them and then mail them out and then mail us back 2 of them so we have posters.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I have to.
Because like the shipping involved here, the back and forth, it gets expensive.
I have to
man.
see if maybe I'll put that up in my room.
Yeah.
I've got some space.
Hang it above your bed, like on the ceiling, and Melissa will just be like, "Can we take that down?"
And be like, no,
that's a picture of me and Ryan and Grant and Karen and a pedal, and it's like I want to look at it when I fall asleep at night.
Yeah.
That's what everyone who bought one of those posters is going to do: hang it above their bed. Yeah. All right, let's tackle the last ad. Are we there? Is it time? What do you think, Steve? What's left to do?
Yeah, let me shave 10 seconds off this clock and do this ad.
All right, we have a Select-A-Rhythm.
What is a Select-A-Rhythm?
Sent by Marcus Werner. This is like one of those early drum machine things. Have you ever seen my Casio tuning keyboard? It's this Casio tone keyboard. It's right over there.
It's a Casio Tone 210.
I think it's a 310
damn.
or 301.
Oh,
I think it's a 301.
Right, 301. Well, this is a used Seeberg Gulbransen, vintage Seeberg Gulbransen Select-A-Rhythm model 601B drum beat machine.
I think it looks beautiful.
And the description says, vintage analog Seeberg Gulbransen Select-A-Rhythm model 601B rhythm drum machine includes 17 rhythms plus a metronome. Works great and sounds awesome. Includes start, stop, foot switch. Has some minor scratches and dings, but has been tested to be fully functional, just like Data. One knob has been lost in the last 60 years and has been replaced.
It is fully functional in a variety of rhythmic techniques. That's right, Steve. I think it's a beautiful piece of product design. Like, I wish this was an amp head.
Yeah. This would be a really cool amp head.
It's beautiful. That wood paneling, the white text on it, this big white tray where all the push buttons and the knobs are. Like, even the handle has something kind of beautiful about it in a very like mid-century modern utilitarian sort of way. The little side door on the back, I just like looking at it. Is for $500, I'm not going to buy it, obviously. But this kind of look, I am into it. Like, my graphic designer nerves are tingling all over my body every time I look at it.
This seems like the kind of thing where if somebody says, like, draw a vintage radio, this is what you want to draw.
And you can tell it's huge. Like, this is a big thing. Which
it looks like it's the size of an amp head, like you said.
Here's the thing that I wonder about this, because I know that there have been products that do what this does. It's a series of push buttons that give you waltz, bossa nova, swing, drum beats. It's basically, 1960s MIDI tracks that is not very clicky. Like,
let's see what we got here. Waltz, Viennese waltz, ballad for trot, swing, big band, Dixieland,
cha-cha. It's hard because there's not enough pixels to read them. Samba.
Something beats, rumba, cha-cha, samba.
USA band?
Something.
Or big band. Big band. After swing. Teen. Does that say teen beat? Oh, I think it says teen beat.
Metronome, Western.
Western. You're reading impossible words now. How are you able to do that?
Well, there's multiple pictures, so I'm going.
Oh, you're cheating by looking at better pictures. Okay. Man, I wish you could probably look up a list somewhere that has everything.
Yeah, but that's not fun.
The thing that I wonder is because there's two different texts behind this sort of product. And this is big enough that it could be the sort of thing where it has a physical, like wood block and drum thing and little clanky cymbal thing that is being actuated to produce rhythms. But then I feel like it wouldn't have a volume knob, right? Unless those things are being mic'd in some way. So it is probably a fully like circuit based version of that sort of thing. I'm just talking out of my butt now, but I know those two things exist.
Teen beat, rumba, cha-cha, samba, mambo, biguine.
I never knew how to read that word either.
Tango, bolero, 6/8 shuffle, march, polka, western, and metronome.
I think biguine, if I remember correctly, was like a Japanese rhythm. Because I tried to figure that out on my Casio tone one time.
Biguine is a popular dance of West Indian origin.
West Indian.
To the foxtrot. So it's from, interesting. The Biguines were Christian lay religious orders active in Western Europe, particularly the Low Countries.
Them Low Countries.
Yeah.
So when you throw on the biguine and the swing at the same time, you can swing low?
I guess. So I think maybe that's what it is the name is taken. It's similar to a slow rumba, and it's coming from Guadeloupe and Martinique, where the local Antillan Creole language, beke or begue, means a white man, while biguine is the female form, and that potentially could be related to the fact that those countries were colonized by the Dutch. That last part, I wonder
if there is. Do you think that this will sell at $500? Do you think there's a market for these?
I don't know.
It's hard to imagine because
there was one at Rock and Roll Vintage for $700,
wow,
and it's gone. It comes with a foot switch for start-stop.
The thing I like about my Casio tone is you can actually combine the sound. So you can do rock and slow rock at the same time.
It's apparently all electronic.
Okay, so it's all circuit-based.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, I love the look of it. The price is the price. I have no idea if that's fair or not. I have no need to buy it. But like the look, like I want Tim Marcus from Milkman Amps to see this and then make an amp head that looks a lot like this.
That's fair.
You know, like that super clean mid-century modern aesthetic. Like this looks like it belongs in a Wes Anderson movie.
That's perfect. That's a perfect
description. This is a Wes Anderson musical product. And it would, the sounds of it would actually be featured in some Wes Anderson soundtrack. Are you going
to see Asteroid City?
I'd really like to. Getting to the movie theater means finagling a babysitter. Yeah. And it's like, I kind of like, if I'm going to get a babysitter, I don't really want to waste it watching a movie these days. Yeah. Even though I'd really like to see that and a couple other movies in theater.
Both my wife and my older daughter want to see Barbie, but they don't want to see it. But my daughter wants to see it with her friends, not with her mom.
I actually want to see it because it looks kind of weird.
Oh, it looks because the tagline is that this is the movie for people who love Barbie, and this is the movie for people who hate Barbie.
I don't want to endure burning my retinas out with that much pink in a theater.
Did you hear? I don't know if this is apocryphal, but supposedly that movie caused a ink shortage. Like a pigment shortage?
I could see that.
Like apparently the story is that they bought so much pink paint to create the sets for that movie that there was an industry shortage for certain shades of pink.
And that's why we don't have any pink guitars right now. Just Barbie stole it all.
Yeah.
Barbie stole all the pink. Don't worry, you can make more. You just add red and white, and then you have pink.
Ryan, you ready to do the Adventurers Club?
Let's do it, Steve. I think I've already decided.
Man.
You say.
I think you already decided too, and I think that means we're going to have to flip. Because I was going to say the chicken picker.
You are going for the chicken picker. I'm going for the Guyker.
You're going for the Guyker.
I'm going for the Guyker.
I thought you were going to go for the Select-A-Rhythm. You fell in love with the Select-A-Rhythm.
Guyker's so stupid.
That's why I don't want. I mean,
it's so. I can't believe it's a new guitar that you can buy on Amazon.
What?
It looks like some dumb modification someone did in their bedroom.
I got a dumb offer for you.
Okay.
All right, but it would
lay it on me, man.
It's a little bit of a logistical challenge, but I got a dumb offer for you. One of the topic suggestions was that we should arm wrestle. Oh no, I'll just go to the other side.
All right.
Oh, are you gonna wrestle left-handed?
I can do it right. Let's just do it right here.
No, we can't do it right here. I mean, maybe we can.
Oh, grab that stool. The gray stool right there.
We're gonna do it on the stool. Ah, my foot! Oh, sorry, your kids are asleep.
Steve is waking up my kids, yelling at 10 o'clock at night because he's dropping things on his feet. All right. We're going to do this, guys. We're going to arm wrestle for the winner. I'm almost positive Steve is going to win. I'm not. I'm big, but I'm not like trained for strength.
I'm not. I'm neither big nor trained for strength.
We're both the same size, Steve.
All right. Is right good? Is right okay?
Yeah, I can do right.
All right. You call go.
Go. I knew it. I knew you were going to beat me.
You're welcome. Who sent that out?
It was for the chicken picker.
For the chicken
picker.
That was
Brian Brooks.
Brian Brooks. Congratulations. You've been arm wrestled it back into the Adventures Club. He's a two-timer, I believe.
Well, now we know that we never need to do that again because I don't think anything is going to change in my life that will lead to me beating Steve at arm wrestling.
We could do it left-handed next time.
Do you think my left arm is stronger?
I don't know. It's your dominant arm and my non-dominant arm.
Here's the thing. My right arm is my sporty arm.
Oh, okay.
My left arm is my detail arm. Like I throw a ball with my right hand.
Here's the real problem.
Yeah.
I have a bad ligament in my right elbow. I can already feel it like kicking in real hard. Like I might be
maybe that was a bad decision.
I might be kind of useless tomorrow.
Well, congratulations, Brian Brooks. You did it.
All right. This song was sent by Morgan. He says, "My name is Morgan. She. I guess I don't know. Morgan is one of those names. And I'm from Montreal, Canada. Here's a little song I wrote with my band. What's a hard J? Is that not Jorgensen? Is hard J J?
Does the email say it's a hard J?
It says, my band Jorgensen, pronounced with a hard J.
So that would be Jorgensen instead of Jorgensen?
Oh, okay. We just released an album at the end of March, and for this song, we filmed a cute video clip in a dinosaur-themed park.
Ooh.
I've been watching your videos every week for the past couple of years, and I really enjoy your content. Keep up the good work, and I hope you like the song and the video. They sent us a link to the YouTube.
Well, keep up the work. I can't promise it'll be good.
They sent us a link to the YouTube and an MP3, so you can...
Okay, well, if the video's good, I'm going to want to have to, download it to show it on the screen.
Keeping their car running, advertising things I want for sale so they can put it in the mail and get it delivered on Sunday. Who the hell decided it would be this way? Didn't care enough to ask us what we wanted. If they did, I would have picked the trees in the sun. Instead, I'm on my phone buying shit from outside playing with both of their parents looking over their shoulder. It reminds me of my home where we planted trees but didn't get the chance to watch them grow. Who the hell decided it would be this way? Didn't care
cute and charming was that?
Oh, it's still going. Just kidding. It's not.
Is there going to be a post-credit scene? Oh, yeah. It's not over. Sam Jackson's going to show up. These guys are going to be in the Avengers.
When you said Sam Jackson, I thought of Peter Jackson, and I thought you were going to make a Lord of the Rings thing, and I was very confused. I really like that. This is the kind of music I've actually been listening to like a lot lately. This kind of like poppy, like almost. And also, until they mentioned Amazon, I was like, wait a second, is this a new video or an old video?
We, Lauren and I discovered a CD, like a home burnt CD from the Park Gallery in an old box we had.
Interesting.
And the only working CD player we have is in our car. So we popped it in and we've been jamming to that. It's like a fun kind of like indie pop sort of like vibey sort of thing.
Who was it? Do you know?
Dudes.
Oh, dude.
Do you remember Dudes?
I remember Dudes. Is it like D-U-U-U-U?
No, it's just D-U-D-E-S.
Oh, maybe. I guess I don't then.
And they had the album art, it's a inkjet printed paper sleeve. It's a photo of Jack Nicholson being held up by basketball players.
Weird, but okay.
I love, but that kind of vibe definitely reminds me of, that era of our lives, like, like little indie cutesy shows and stuff like that.
So thanks, Jorgensen.
Yep.
Thanks, Morgan, for sending the song. I really enjoyed it.
I liked it a lot, and I liked the video too. And I'm going to do the work to pirate the video so that I can put it into our video.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.
Stay grounded.